good morning or good night. But I just wanted to update on the scriptwriter portion because initially I was using Upwork to find my scriptwriter. And so I already said that I found 5 potential candidates. Out of those 5, 4 responded. Out of those 4, 3 accepted, and then the other one never did. She did accept a few days ago, so that's good. And I finally got her script back, the 4th person. And here's what it sounds like. The person that sent the script later, the quality seemed worse. Like the first person was the best, then the second was least, then the third was even worse, and then this 4th person also, it just wasn't it. And mainly because of a few things. One of it being the introduction. It just seemed irrelevant how it was placed and just didn't fit into the topic at hand. But I figured, hey, let me just ignore that. Introductions can always go ahead and be rewritten. That's fine. But then the other thing I saw was just the wording that was used throughout it. It just didn't sound... It honestly sounded like she took a sentence and then it was just paraphrased. And that's it, because some words were just like... felt like they were just switched up because when I went ahead and spoke it and literally read it, it just didn't sound natural. And that's the important thing about these scripts. I want them to sound natural. Yes, informative because they're documentary style videos, but still that they can be spoken in a conversation as if I were speaking it. Maybe that's a bad way to think about it, but that's at least what I want out of it. The other thing too was information. So I chose a topic that I knew some stuff about, and when I was reading her script, information was immediately inaccurate. And so that was another red flag that I'm like, all right, if the information's inaccurate, then how are her research skills in general? Because then that means what leads me to believe that other information isn't inaccurate too. And the last thing would be there was just some missing information. Some information that I thought would be relevant to include, she didn't include it. And so that was that for Upwork. I'll probably try again on Upwork again, but this time do it a little bit differently, because what I did initially was when I chose the candidates, I went ahead and messaged them, offered them an initial compensation for a trial run, and then after they send me their trial run, I'd release the funds. But the way I did the trial runs were they were each different scripts. And the reason being was because I figured, hey, if I'm paying, I might as well get a script and use it too, because that would save me money, because I'd get more scripts. But that was a bad way to think about it, because comparing the scripts might be a little bit different because they're different topics. And also I realized the point of it now wasn't to get scripts. The point of it was to choose the right scriptwriter, find the right person for the role. And so that's what I went ahead and did. I went ahead and changed that part. In Upwork, so when I did onlinejobs.ph, that's better. My screen shut off, that's why there was no light. So for onlinejobs.ph, I gave each of my candidates, each of my 5 candidates, 4 that actually responded, each of my 4 candidates, the same exact topic for them to write. So I'd have the same exact, so I'd have a script about the same exact topic. This way, when I compare them, I'd be able to compare based on the same thing, because it'd be the same topic. I don't know how to explain it better, but yeah. On top of that, I didn't mention much about compensation for there, so it would have been like a free sample trial run, and I was very vague about what I was looking for. Not as and by that I mean, like, I let them know like how the script should be done. I gave them each the Google document with an example script and with notes at the bottom. But what I didn't do is specify like what word count they can go ahead and give me, because in the job post it was 1,800 words, but I didn't expect them to write a whole sample with that, so I figured just let them do whatever. If they give me like a whole 1800, sure. If they give me like 300 words, sure. I just want to see what they could do. I only had one person message me about that, and I basically told her the job post said 1800 words. Of course, since it's a trial run, you're basically free to do what you think is set. The main thing I'm looking for is accuracy and quality, something like that. But main thing I was looking for was the quality of the work, and then if she was the one that I choose, then the next thing would be actually getting on a call and then just going over more stuff instead of getting on a call initially, because I thought that would just be a waste of time. And speaking of waste of time, I forgot to mention that for Upwork, I just went ahead and released the funds to everybody right after they sent me the script, even if it wasn't what I was looking for, because, I mean, one, that's what I said I'd do, and two, because I didn't want them to fix the script and make it better just because if they can get it right the first time, if they can get the accurate information that first time, then I wouldn't want them to be the scriptwriter to begin with. And it would just be a waste of time for me to have them do that, read over it, and then just keep going back and forth, and then eventually realize, hey, this isn't the right person anyway because they didn't do it right the first time. So yeah, that's that. And then another thing I did want to mention too is I'm also being more open to people who have reached out to me, because in the past I've gotten comments and messages or DMs or emails asking to work with me, and before I didn't really acknowledge it. Now I'm a little bit more open to it, and so I've responded to some. I've gotten some rejections because for one, it was a script writer that I remember. They said they could do it. I went ahead and gave them an example of what I was looking for, that they said they couldn't do it, which is fine. Another one was a video editor. Went ahead and got on a call with him, saw his work, had a proven track record. A little bit pricey, but I was thinking of probably doing a project with him, even if it was pricey, just to see what happens as a test. The only thing is that it's been like 2 weeks or more, and there's no project yet because I'm still looking for a scriptwriter, and once that's done, then I can go ahead and do the voiceover, then send somebody to work to do it, or do it myself initially. I've had some people about thumbnails reach out, but I wasn't really looking for that, or some shorts editors, I wouldn't look for that, but yeah, I'd be a little bit more receptive to that, of course, if depending on how the message is sent. So that's a good thing. That's the advantage of, I guess, having this, is because people are reaching out too. And as far as plan moving forward, with my end is one, finish the script that I'm working on, because honestly it's just been taking a lot longer than it should. Getting a little bit, what's the word, analysis by paralysis for it, just because I was able to do all the research for the topic, most of the research, not everything, and then once I started writing the script, started writing the intro, I just kind of just drew a blank and couldn't think, because there's just so much going on and I didn't have all the information. I had to go back and redo the info, go back and do that, and the way I was doing the information wasn't just note taking, but I was being more specific, because I was going through these different podcasts, I was going through different videos, different news shows that they were in, and I wasn't just listening and taking notes, but I was also taking note. I guess I was taking notes only, but I was also taking timestamp notes of certain places where they said certain things, or where certain information was. This way I can always reference it back, and this way the editor, in this case me, for that first project, I can go back to that timestamp, download that certain clip, and place it in the video, because the goal for the script is not only for words to be spoken, but also to get clips from different videos of the person speaking. This way it's just more interactive, and you're not just hearing my voice in the background talk and then just a bunch of videos, images, motion graphics in the background, but also the person speak and talk. I already said that, but it's a lot nicer, but it's a lot more work and takes more time. But yeah, I've been having trouble with the script, so I think the thing moving forward is just go ahead and just do it. Literally, like Nike says, just do it. Just put all the thoughts out there and then worry about organization later. I think I'm overthinking it too much at first, so that's the plan. And then other thing I also have gotten is Save the Cat. It's a book on screenwriting, and even though my main focus isn't going to be on script writing forever, I figured it's worth learning about it too. And plus, when I want to script my own videos a little bit more, I'll know how to make them better and make them more entertaining. Because the idea of my main channel is documentation, but I still want to make it entertaining in some way. So make it like infotainment. By showing the process, showing what I learned, but still making it entertaining at the same time, and then still telling a story about it. And so I know that'll help regardless. And yeah, that's basically it. This one a little bit longer than expected, but hey, if you stuck it through this long, thanks for watching. Yeah.